Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, and very Merry Christmas if you're celebrating today. And I want to talk to you today a little bit about Erik Ten Hag. In April this year, United announced the appointment, including interims, of our 8th manager since 2013. Moyes, Giggs, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, Carrick, Rangnick, and Erik Ten Hag. We have tried the experienced Premier League manager in David Moyes. We went for the international experienced European philosopher in Louis van Gaal, the proven winner in Mourinho, the club legend in Ole, and ultimately we've come up short due to several extenuating factors, but ultimately we haven't won the league. Ten Hag was the one thing we hadn't tried yet, the promising modern manager who had impressed everyone in world football and was building himself a reputation. Ten Hag did not come into a healthy Manchester United. The club had just finished 6th. Ronaldo wanted out. A number of players were in horrendous form, and fan satisfaction has perhaps been some of the lowest it's ever been. You had protest about the owners had taken up a notch. You had dissatisfaction over the European Super League. You'd just seen Newcastle bought out by an oligarchy. And you had Manchester City running away with it, signing the absolute freak that is Erling Haaland. But half a season later, things are on the up. United sitting 5th. Our squad is better. Players who were poor last season are getting back. And most crazily, the club might be up for sale. Ten Hag has already worked some wonders. But what have we learnt about him from the start of his United tenure? Number one, he is demanding. He does not mess around. On numerous occasions already, Ten Hag has needed to set high standards within the club and called out certain individuals for not reaching them. Examples were there straight away in pre-season. It's very easy to do with a young first-team debutant in Garnacho. That's a promising player and not a big name, but he let him know he was the boss. Then Ronaldo did it, and he let Ronaldo know he's the boss. You can see the videos emerging from training where he's consistently demanding better and higher standards. He sent Sancho away for a retreat to get him physically and mentally ready to return back to a suitable level playing for the first team. And for me, it's the details within this. He's not doing things for the sake of it. He is approaching these sort of challenges as they come up naturally. But the one that was very proactive from him was the moving of the dugouts. And I think that's something that tells you that the attention to detail is off the charts. If he's swapping around the dugouts, there's a lot going on. These are the things that you can see. There'll be things that you ain't seeing that are happening as well. He wants the best for the club, and it's absolutely abundantly clear to see that. If United are going to win a league again, you need a manager who isn't going to take shit. You need a manager that knows what he's doing, and you need a manager that is actually in charge. Ten Hag fits that bill. Number 2, youth. Manchester United and Ten Hag are both known and always have used youth players. United have had a youth player in our squad since 1938, consecutively, not missed a beat. Youth development is part of Manchester United's DNA. Ten Hag gave 21 first-team debuts during his time at Ajax and continued to use the youth so far in his time at United, Garnacho being the most successful example so far. Players such as Charlie McNeil, Charlie Savage, Zidane Iqbal are all knocking on the door of the first team. They've been getting minutes in friendlies, and I think they're being made ready to get minutes in the first team. I think it's likely in the next few weeks, because of fixture congestion, that you'll see more and more of some of those players. He's continued to use Elanga when needed, and he's seemingly getting the best out of Marcus Rashford, who was in a woeful place, potentially mentally as well as physically himself last season. And even McTominay started the season quite great, even though latterly he's not actually looked all that great. Number 3, modern day gaffer. Ten Hag has already begun to implement his style at Manchester United. I don't think we're quite there with it yet. He made numerous signings in the summer to help form a squad that will be far more confident on the ball in comparison to the side that he inherited. Casemiro, Eriksen, Martinez and Antony have all improved United's ability to play with the ball and rubbed off their ability on some players that was already in the squad. Rashford, Shaw, Dalot, etc. A mix of these signings and the impact of Ten Hag's coaching has made us significantly better defensively. But we're also an exciting and effective attacking outlet. Ten Hag has shown signs of being a great man manager. Linked to his demands on the squad, he's made sure to have players who might have upset the apple cart dealt with very quickly. Dean Henderson, Ronaldo. You could argue even what's happened with Sancho. Letting Pogba go straight away. He's also clearly a great man manager to get Marcus Rashford and Bruno back playing how they were again. Number 4, the fans are happy with him. Ten Hag has brought some good vibes back to Old Trafford. I don't know a United fan that's not brilliantly happy with him. Some of the worst moods at Old Trafford were in recent times, and it seemed nothing was ever going to get better. It was dire. But under Ten Hag, we've seen wins against Arsenal, Liverpool. The Tottenham performance was a hell of a performance, and there is a buzz back at Old Trafford. Yes, let's talk about the good and the bad here. We got snotted by Manchester City, but they're capable of doing that to anybody, and I wouldn't expect it to be so one-sided the next time we meet. I think Ten Hag learns from that. The fans believe in him. I believe in him. I'm pretty sure you guys watching this believe in him as well. Seeing a man capable of implementing exciting and effective football back in our club, he's putting hope and smiles on the fans' faces. Seeing the new signings he's brought in come and perform, and previously underperforming players playing better, is exactly what a manager's there to do. He's got a serious look on him. He's stoic. He looks almost like he's got no sense of humour. I'm sure he's warmer in front of the players than he is in front of the cameras, and ultimately that's all that matters. But he looks like he's the boss. He looks like he's in control. And he's gone in there. He's tried to sort the shit out. And that's all we wanted as fans. And the good times might be back. We found out in Ten Hag's first half of the season that he is putting the work in to making United right. One thing that's always loomed over the other managers when they've been cracking on with their work is our owners. And I think ultimately having people at the top of the club who only really cared about Champions League qualification only, and not about winning the league or winning the Champions League or being the best team in the world, always hampered when you're competing against managers and owners who wanted exactly that. Best teams in the world at City, at Liverpool, even without the same sort of resources, but also at Manchester City. And now you've also got Newcastle in that mix. They'll be serious. If United are sold to a serious owner who only wants unparalleled success, we might be back. And we have got the man to deliver that. The reason we've stopped winning things isn't because Sir Alex Ferguson retired. And it's not because we appointed the wrong managers. It's because our owners didn't appoint the correct people to keep the culture and the structure in place at the football club. We spent money on nonsense. That money spent correctly could have yielded phenomenal results. We bought players that would shift shirts, not get goals and assists. Well, finally, the owners could be going, and we've got the man capable of putting us at the very, very top of football if he's backed correctly. He's already shown what he can do in one window. You give him 4 or 5 windows and an owner that matches that ambition, and it's time to get very, very excited. That's my thoughts on Ten Hag's first 6 months. Please feel free to get in the comments. I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and hope you have a good one. And I'll see you lot in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, 5-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.